Andre Sabe, where today we're going to be watching Hannibal Season 2, Episode 5. And I promise this time I won't delete my reaction. So you guys are probably wondering where the episode 4 is. Not season 4. Episode 4 is. Honey, I wrote a post and I, by accident, deleted the content. I really don't want to be doing a lot of full reactions that much anymore because I want to give it to the over 110 channel members that have been supporting this channel. Honestly, I just want to give them back, a lot more full reactions before I start moving to Patreon and doing both of these things. But at the end of the day, I also want to bring everybody who loves this channel and loves me and loves the shows, the content that they need to see. So when I film something, if I know I don't have time to edit because it's going to be really hard, I'm going to alter the films and put it out still as full content. But hopefully it won't be so often. And I also know people don't have a lot of time to watch the whole thing. That's why you're on YouTube. You want to see the highlights of the shows, and I completely understand. But I'd rather be putting out full content than no content at all, because let me tell you, sometimes I get lost in the sauce, honey, like episode 4, and I deleted the damn reaction because I start my day at 3 a.m. every day. I'm just a hot toddy mess. But in the last episode, it was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I was so surprised, shocked, astonished, and saddened that the Asian lady, I don't know her name, I'm sorry that I have to say that, but the lady who is there, she was killed by Hannibal. I had a feeling in the middle of the episode that she was going to die. Lied to you. The beginning of the episode when she met up with Will in jail, I had a feeling that she was gonna die. We also, in that episode, learned a little bit more that the doctor that's overseeing, the psychiatrist that's overseeing Will now, is just gonna be exclusively working with Will because Will does not want to work with Hannibal. Will is working his ways to try to get these people to work with him. But Will doesn't understand that this psychiatrist seems to be as corrupt can be, because he told Hannibal that we both need each other, pretty much. I'm wondering if Hannibal is going to kill him, or maybe he's not. That's why a lot of people know this psychiatrist, maybe from the movies. I'm assuming that he's in the movies, Hannibal, or Silence of the Lambs, all those movies. Maybe this character is in there as well. I don't know. But people knew who he was, because I remember seeing him in season 1 and I thought he was the killer, and people were like, oh my god, that's the psychiatrist, Billy Bob Thornton, whatever his name is. And he's not, whatever. And I was like, oh, I didn't know who he was. So regardless, it seems like they're both holding a secret because that psychiatrist was guilty of pinning a crime on the other gentleman who ended up dying in the last season, and now he knows about Hannibal being crazy. What else did we have in that episode? We had more Jack. We had more Jack's wife almost died because Hannibal was pushing her into suicide. And then after she killed herself, pretty much, Hannibal brought her back to life when he flipped the coin and it was heads, tails. He said, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to just be annoying and bring you back to life. You're not going to go away peacefully. Jack is going to suffer. This is going to be my wild card to drive Jack mad. And that's what he's going to do. The lady slapped him. That actress was like, I want to get off this show, child. Let me take all this morphine and die. And Hannibal was like, honey, your contract is not over. So he brought her back to life, honey. So she's pissed that she saw on the show. She's like, isn't this script I'm supposed to die? Psych. So in this episode, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with Hannibal. I enjoy that actress who plays Jack's wife. I actually enjoy the actor who plays Jack. I just think Jack is an irritating character. And now that that lady's dead, how are we gonna discover that she's dead? Or is she gonna be part of some type of crazy crime? That Will know, because he warned her to stay away from Hannibal. But people don't listen, okay? When you tell a child, don't touch the stove is hot, and that child keeps touching the stove until they burn themselves, that's just how humanity works. So in this episode, I'm ready to see what's going to happen. I am here, I am buckled in, and I promise you this damn reaction is coming out today, honey. And I hope I can be able to edit it. I'm making sure that I should have enough time. So you guys should be seeing an edited version. But if you want to join the channel so you guys can request episodes, please hit that join button, which you can find below this video or on my main YouTube channel. Shout out to all the channel members. It's over 110, and I can already feel you guys saying, Andreski, shut the hell up and do the reaction. Got you guys. So with that being said, guys, let's jump into Hannibal and find out exactly what the Hannibal cannibal, that's what I wanted to say really bad, it has got to give. Oh, I'm so annoying. Oh, he's making oysters and eggs. What is that? How is he cooking for him? Oh, he did cook for him.
I have to eat something, Jack. Been up all night.
Oh, Jack's makeup on his face is very noticeable.
I suppose I can't blame her for wanting to control how she dies. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you didn't allow it to happen.
As a doctor, I had no choice. As a philosopher, I had too many. Guess I'm a better friend than therapist.
You're a great friend, Hannibal.
Ooh, child. This is a place for that. Hi, I'm Black Widow. Girl, what are you doing? This is the place where we found that arm. What? The Holy Mother Trucker. Was that Asian lady?
She's one of yours.
How did you know about it, girl? What did Hannibal do to her? My goodness. How did he even do that?
Acting on an anonymous tip, she discovered a female body.
Really
She
cats.
memorialized it. FBI headquarters and field offices so that her ultimate sacrifice be remembered.
That's exactly who it is. She was so good. I didn't like her in the beginning.
I want to see her.
Why did you put that thing on him? What's that for? You know what, Black Widow? If you weren't so pretty, I would tell you go screw yourself.
Let's go!
Excuse me, that guy had a little attitude. Oh, he has a gun to him? I mean, you don't have to take the mask off. I like him with the mask. You gonna leave him by himself?
You said you just interpret the evidence. So interpret the evidence.
That lady was like, I'm not leaving this show until I get like my full check for this season. I love when that does. Oh, put it back together again.
I strangled Beverly Katz in her eyes. She knows me. Rendering her unconscious.
Horrible.
I freeze her body so I can more cleanly dismantle her. Cuts like stone. Pull her apart, layer by layer. The crime scene.
Wow.
This is my design.
This is his effing design.
But she found something.
She did.
She found me.
Yep.
What did I take from her?
How's he gonna tell that to them?
It's the Ripper. And the Copycat.
Yep.
Beverly helped me see it.
Help me see it.
There's no hope with you.
Where were you last night? I told Beverly to go to you. Tell you everything she knew.
Right.
Instead, she went looking for evidence. She met the Ripper last night, Jack.
Died.
Beverly made her connection to the Ripper. You have to make your own, Jack.
Right.
Then what did I bring you here for?
Ugh.
Just has to say goodbye.
Even if he tells him, he's not gonna listen, because Jack is like an annoying character.
You discussed my therapy with Hannibal Lecter, Frederick.
Yep.
Peek before I snatched down the shades.
I have appearances to maintain.
Billy Katz paid you a visit before she was murdered.
Yes.
It is the only room in the facility I am not legally allowed to monitor.
Don't you let that stop you.
I know something of the monster you are dealing with. His surgical experience, or at the very least, know-how.
You thought Abel Gideon was the Chesapeake Ripper.
Right.
Wouldn't it be interesting if we both said it was the same man? Can't talk to Abel Gideon about the Chesapeake Ripper.
It is.
Could be the one who catches him after all.
Not going to, though.
You should be allowed to grieve. You shouldn't have to wade through it.
We're not running away from this, Jack.
What you found in that observatory wasn't all Beverly.
What?
Typed them against DNA samples, and they belong to the mural killer, James Gray.
James Gray.
We find her kidneys, and we find her killer.
Oh, he's gonna eat the kidneys. He's so nasty.
Always did look like the boy next door.
You can call me Will. Now we're of equal social standing.
They caught him? I thought he died.
Group therapy with the man who tried to kill me. I was the Chesapeake Ripper.
No, you're the
not.
pretender to the throne.
You are the pretender to the throne.
Frederick gets to catch the Ripper after all. What do you get?
Freedom.
He sent me to kill you, Abel.
Am I your evidence? You were quite happy to try and kill me yourself. If I catch the Ripper, he won't be caught. You will have to kill him.
Fair enough.
That's not gonna happen. Oops.
We'll Gideon back to your hospital for the unworried unwell.
Oh.
Keep the evidence of your misdeeds under your own roof. My misdeeds and yours.
Oops.
Knows our stories well enough to get anything from exposing the other's misdeeds. I brought Gideon back because I thought he may be useful in Will Graham's therapy. I'm trying to set Will on the path to rebuilding his broken brain, picking up your pieces, as it were.
Oops. Because it's gonna kill
I'd
him.
like to interview Abel Gideon.
He wants to kill him.
You need to stand way over there. I'm a cutter, not a pisser. Details of faces than any other object. I've never seen yours before. I bet you're a devil at the bridge table. Chilton both reveres you and resents you.
Ooh.
You should have been more careful with Will Graham. That young man has got a bone to pick.
Oops.
Ways of overcoming resistance, not building it up.
Well, you've built up something.
You did build up something.
That was rude, Miss Lounds.
Did you really think I was above that sort of thing? I am interviewing Will Graham at his request.
What?
It's off paper, no pens, no pencil. Do not accept anything he gives you.
Kind of cute. Talks kind of weird. I like it. I need a boyfriend.
Let me rephrase that. It is good to see you and here where you belong.
Hey.
Why am I here?
I have an admirer. He seems to fit your demographic.
Ooh.
I'm talking about the man who killed the bailiff and the judge at my trial.
Ooh.
I don't think anybody as careful as he is could be crazy. I think he's different.
Very different.
Are you trying to catch him or contact him?
No, catch him.
I would like to establish a line of communication.
Never mind.
Exchange for...
Exclusive rights to your story.
I don't care, girl.
It's all yours, Freddie.
Want to talk to your admirer? I'll have to send an invitation.
Oh, Lord. She's gonna die.
For his life, one such killer even constructed an ode to Graham's grisly techniques. And he'd like to ask him why.
I read your title.
Why is this guy so creepy?
You're a very articulate man.
Thank you.
At least we understand each other.
Who are you?
Or maybe we just evolved not to need.
What are you doing?
You were hiding in the FBI. If you hadn't have gotten sick, they never would have found you.
Okay.
You could pass as an orderly. Get a job doing it when you get out.
What?
You killed the bailiff during my trial.
I thought it would exonerate you.
What?
Though
What?
the bailiff was the bitch to get on that stag's head. The judge was somebody else.
Who is this guy?
Have you seen the way that smaller birds will mob a hawk on a wire?
No.
Hawks, Mr. Graham.
Hawks are solitary.
And that's their weakness.
Ooh.
Imagine if the hawks started working together.
He really thinks that Will's gonna join him in his experiments?
I'm always happy to do a favor for a friend.
I want you to kill Hannibal Lecter.
Ooh. do this today. So he heard. Yes, Will is getting naked. Oh, he's dreaming. Set him.
Will?
Girl, what are you doing today?
Despise Freddie Lounds. It just seemed,
Suspicious.
Every action, there's a reason.
I know you feel powerless about what happened to Beverly and what you're thinking about doing.
Not much, I'm behind a cage.
Well, what have you done?
What I had to do.
What did he do? He's behind bars. I mean, he did tell somebody to kill somebody else. But besides that...
The interesting ones all fall at your feet. Will Graham, Abel Gideon. Leave you and I are his only surviving psychiatrists.
Oops.
Gideon is here as part of Will's therapy, helping him reclaim his past.
Been wondering about that night.
Little birdie wanted me to kill you.
Yep.
Graham to have reason to kill me. Either way, you and I are equally expendable.
Oh.
Make us who we are. What has to happen to make those things change? So not looking
Not
for
really,
redemption, but revenge. Courtesy you have always shown me, I'm going to give you a gift. Chance to save Will from himself.
Huh.
Will Graham will either be a murderer or he will not. Up to you.
position to be killing anyone.
Not with his own hand.
Oh.
Who does he want to kill, Doctor?
Hannibal Lecter. Dr. Bloom is gonna save Hannibal Lecter, the real killer. Oops! Oh, he is fine. Who is he?
There's nothing in his calendar. What is it you think Will's done?
Oh, she even told him it was Will?
We've got a trace on his cell phone.
Dr. Bloom not only is gonna save a killer, but she ratted out Will.
Who just had the decency to hang himself in shame at his betrayal? Did you know that the phrase "to kick the bucket" came from exactly this situation?
Oh my God.
Setting a new standard of care. Well, Graham is not what you think. He's not a murderer.
He is now. Now I'm gonna ask you a few yes or no questions while you still have enough blood coursing through your brain. Did you kill that judge?
Yep.
You dilate, that's a yes. No dilation equals no.
Oh.
Are you the Chesapeake Ripper?
Oops.
How many times have you watched someone cling on to a life that's not really worth living?
I mean, Dr. Bloom, we're having so much fun.
I wonder what they're gonna call me. You know, the Iroquois used to eat their enemies to take their strength.
He does that, girl.
I'll be the Chesapeake Ripper now.
Only if you eat me.
Get an ambulance!
Now they're gonna blame it on him. Now he's gonna be behind bars for real. You're in trouble. Oh, well, that was a great episode. Loved it so much. I'm so weird. But yes, that was crazy. So now Will ended up killing, well, he didn't kill, but he almost killed. They're gonna blame it on him now. Dr. Bloom saved the day. She saved the killer. Great job, girl. Clap, clap, clap. That killer though, he was everything, girl. If you guys know that actor, because I'm not gonna look it up, comment down below, because he was giving me life, liberty, and justice. He could kill as much as he wants as long as he stays on this show. Too bad he's not going to because he got shot. And overall, I just was really loving the vibe of this episode. We got the old killer back. We got Gideon, he came back. We had a psychiatrist, Dr. Bloom, the lady's dead, Beverly, Katz, we got to see what happened to her. Just everything wrapped up in a nice little ball of joy and killing and murder and blood. It's just like, what else can you ask for? Honey, I can't wait until we get into the next episode. I don't know what my schedule is like. Please check it out in the community post or add me onto Discord, because Discord is where we all talk and you guys get information, exclusive information, sometimes that I do not post anywhere else other than Discord. We also are doing watch-alongs. Sometimes I'm going to do watch-alongs to this show Torchwood if you guys are interested. And also, I'm planning into getting into some movies that I feel like not editing. So I'm going to do a watch-along because that's just what I do. So I enjoyed this episode, guys. Check out my schedule. See, maybe we're going to do another episode of Hannibal this week. If not, there'll be 2 Hannibals next week, and we'll live our best killing life. With that being said, guys, if this reaction, you realize you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Also, please like and share this content because it does wonders for the channel. And I will see you all next time on Andres El Rey.